Hey.
Just grabbing some barbecue chips, but since you're out here, I was feeling really hungry. I've had those before. We can just do something simple like tuna, I guess.
Grilled cheese, egg sandwich, scrambled eggs, waffles.
I think tuna sounds pretty good.
And you've heard the choices and you want the tuna. He's going with the tuna. What time did you wake up?
About an hour or so. 2 hours ago, actually, I think.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, hopefully. Good morning. Yeah. No, no, no. Yes, yes, yes. Oh. It's like a. It's called deep whistle breathing. You do a quiet whistle though. If you do it too loud, like you go, see, that's loud. So you gotta make sure you don't let in. You gotta let in the right amount of wind. See the formation? It's a little bit different. You do that by you get a steady rhythm going, like in or out, and then just move your mouth a little bit, tongue, change the pressure, and you'll see how it changes the tone, and that's how you learn. Yeah, I didn't just know. I had to learn that. I'm going to do it real quiet. So you can be putting out a lot of pressure, but if you keep the wind, a lot of force, you can be putting out a lot of velocity, yeah, the force. But if you keep the air pressure just right, it'll stay quiet. See how I'm pushing really hard? But as long as I keep that. But if I just change my lips a little bit, watch, I'll go from quiet to loud. So you're just going to change the shape of your lips. I move my head around too sometimes. Knock it off already. Acting like a moron. Right? So you're being a punk. See how you can call someone a punk and it could be referring to someone you like and love? You're such a goofball. Idiot. Right? Or you might be referring to someone that's really doing something stupid and could get someone killed. What an idiot. Right, so sometimes when it's really bad, we say, what a fucking idiot. Right, because I wouldn't say that. So if I was just goofing off, I'm like, you're an idiot. Right, but if someone's doing something really stupid at them, if you hear fucking idiot, you know, that implies they just did something stupid that could have gotten somebody hurt or something. Or you just know that you hear it in the tone, the vulgarity, that helps people know the situation. But if they just hear, you're an idiot, nothing to worry about. Right, there's nothing juicy, really. It's just... Right, but if you hear, what an idiot! Or, you're a fucking idiot! Right, people might go, what's going on? Everything okay? I'm just saying, you know, it helps people understand the situation. Yeah, so hopefully folks around here in Augusta, Maine are waking the fuck up. As people have already around the world. What's that? Oh yeah, so some people were talking about like the Epstein Island thing and trying to bring understanding to that. Why would they be calling Trump a pedo? What are the associations? So that's why we've shown you the fucking idiots and druggies here that were connected to those trafficking lines. Some doing the Lady Luck pageant, Trump Tower. Yeah, the private investigator in 2009 was trying to tell people. And he got attacked for some reason, and they had to protect the Lady Luck girl. Right. So he got gaslit to shit and shot himself while he was trying to expose some of the trafficking lines. And I know a lot of them are just trying to do business deals and politics and scouting and touting. I know. So when you think about that, you'll understand the connections to Trump and these other places where they do those kind of things. Right. So not all of them are fucking the kids, right? Right, some of them are just fucking nasty people who do drugs and put our children in danger. Yeah, the drugs they've been trafficking in from the Middle East since we were kids, it brought us some pretty bad heat when we were teenagers. We got beat up pretty bad a few times. Yeah, they act like they're your friends, invite you to places. Yeah, we almost got torn apart by dogs ourselves. Yeah, they'll act like they're your friends. And you'll think it's cool, and then your mom's saying, or your nana is saying, you wanted to go? Huh? You wanted to go? They were your friends. Right. So, yeah, I'm very lucky I survived a few things, growing up. That's probably another reason I was put on the programs when I was 18. And then when I was working for the fundraising companies, right, and then when you see those connections there to some of those big business people, the firefighters and the police raising money for firefighters and police and special needs children. Right, Rachel? Right, and then Duffy, isn't that her husband? And they just got how much money for air traffic control? I know, they purposely hire stupid fucking people that don't know what they're doing, and then they go, look at this, we need better training programs. Yeah, exactly. Holy crap, Biden opened the border. We need money to clean up this mess. Right, so, I mean, who cares, right? Gets the job done. They probably got in enough workers that aren't overly medicated, alcoholic pieces of shit. Because remember back in the early 2000s, like all those big business people going around saying, these guys can't work. They want fucking drugs and pain medication as they're crying about fucking mommy and daddy issues from the 60s and 70s. These fucking cunts and Karens are demonizing weed because they got some angel dust lace shit in the 60s, and if they don't understand, that's why we try to get it regulated so people know where they can buy stuff that hasn't been laced with the fucking druggies and punks and pedos that you're protecting, you fucking Hitlers. Right, so hopefully people are waking the fuck up to that, and it helps them to understand those ties and associations. Right, I mean, the shit I went through, as a teenager with a lot of those people who moved out to Cali and other places, yeah, I mean, they did nothing wrong. They're just kids, teenagers, right? Right, so that's part and parcel. And when you see a lot of those people that use those situations and they know that the people have a bad reputation and even their parents hate them, and they got away with pretty much killing me back then. I know. Right, and remember the older people and the goons used to call us sand niggers? I remember getting older and asking, why are they calling us sand niggers? And you talk about different things too. Oh yeah? Right, so you mouth back off to some of them sometimes, and then, you might get hurt pretty bad. And they say, Mom, they're not only calling us sand niggers, motherfuckers. You know what they did? I'm lucky I survived. Right, so you're dealing with all this shit. Oh, you're just making stuff up. They wouldn't do that. Holy fucking shit. Another reason I was put on the programs when I was 18, because people can see this shit. And they see how fucking dumb they are. To this fucking day, how fucking dumb they still are. You nasty fucking people protecting child molesters and pedos here. My name is Mary. We're at the Governor Hill Mansion in Augusta, Maine, and I have 4 children here. My youngest 2 are in the hands of sick, murderous pedophiles. What's that? Oh, yeah, the one when I worked for the fundraising companies. Yeah, those motherfuckers, some of them, I was with them for, about a year and a half, on and off. Close to 2 years, probably. Yeah, so we were also at that time with ARC in Bath, Addiction Resource Center, and we were on a bunch of other programs. Like, I could name 10 pretty quickly, on and off the books, and there was even more. Different programs, rehab programs, Mothers Against Drunk Drivers, prison programs. There was so many different things. Right, so we also worked for Apex Marketing in Litchfield. They got shut down. We also worked for Smokey's Carnival here in Augusta. They got shut down. What else? And then we worked for LL Bean for a little bit, the call center in Waterville. Yeah, I think they moved away too. Yeah, we just did a little bit of seasonal work there. That was actually one of the last jobs we worked before having our first child. And then we were dealing with the people overprescribing SSRIs. Remember that? And the fear and concern there were the people in the systems that were overprescribing people with symptoms, not addressing the reality and rational explanations as to where those symptoms could be coming from. And they just let the fucking ghost and alien and crazy shit roll on. A lot of them believe it themselves, which is scary. And then they're prescribing medications to these people. And we try to tell them, people with hypersensitivities or brain damage, regardless of what that's from, right, they have hypersensitivities to those things, just like any other emotions. That's why some of them might have bipolar. Because you can very quickly, that's why I can cry, go to sleep, go from laughing to anger very quickly, but I'm very aware of it, and I'm in control, and I can respond to you and sit down and have a calm conversation at any time. Right. So when you have people that don't seem to be aware of those things and they're getting over-medicated and everything's a blame game to the point where it's being ignored so bad, and they're putting fear in these people about the president being a child molester, China's going to take over the world, hearing the voices of what? Is it God? Are you possessed? Right, these poor kids, they're growing up with no fucking compass, and they know that it's been being ignored, and these punks are taking advantage of that. So when they fuck a little kid and kill it, and the cops find it in a trash can horrified, they can say, "Oh, I thought I was fighting demons, didn't take my medication." And we hear this so many times, it's actually like a broken record and so fucking sickening. And how they ignore that. In 2008, we were trying to show them that at the Main Parent Federation, and they didn't want to listen. And they got upset when we called them Hitlers because they were protecting sick fucking shit. Yeah, pretty bad. Concerned about dogs and drugs before the safety of the children in our community. Yeah, to me that's a fucking Hitler. And they got pissed off. No, they're the Nazis, just because of my last name and who my family is, who also hate me and have tried to kill me since I was a kid. Take a look. You know I'm not lying. They know I'm not lying. Right? So people who want to come in and just say it's some spoiled Karen, brat, ungrateful, they've been dealing with her for years. Oh, yeah. I know. It's like literally, right? Smacked a dick in junior high. I know. And that dude, look at the history of that family there. The Bickfords. Yeah, I seen his mom. She was at the hospital scoring the babies. Right, he's the kid. He wanted my sister's autograph. Remember, we were in like 4th grade. He wanted my sister's autograph because she was doing the modeling. And it pissed off his mom because the guy was up in his 20s. Man, you know the story, right? So it pissed off his mom, and people were getting pissed off about it. And mom was, oh, they're just jealous. And really pissed those Karens off, huh? Oh, yeah, his mom's a fucking Karen if you ever saw one. Jill Bickford. Yeah, they lived right up the road from us. I think they became Mormons. I don't know, do some of them work for, yeah. I know, and when you see the ones across the street, it's like they all gang up, get these cartel people once and for all. Try to protect the daughters, but not that one. That one smacked me in the dick. Well, not really a big deal. Barely touched you. I know, and it's like when people start to hear this shit and they realize what the fuck is actually going on here and how fucking dumb and stupid and senile people are and how they've taken advantage of their positions within our system to try to teach people a lesson is fucking pathetic and disgusting. And these punks love those dumb hags and druggies and goons. Yeah, wake the fuck up. I don't know. I think they became fucking Mormons or something, didn't they? Right. So anyways, I could really care less. We're concerned about exposing the networks and the pedos. And because when it's connected, it's usually connected. You got gamers, investigations, all these different people who really fucking hate us. We're the Karen, we're the non-vaxxer, we're the bully, ungrateful, disrespectful daughter, right? I mean, when you look at what the shit they've been writing, try to make me out to be some evil elderly abuser, child abuser, you sick fucking nasty people. I don't even think it's okay to spank a child. And that sick motherfucker with my kids left black hand marks on his own child. scars on his neck and told me he wasn't going to raise sissy kids. And that's who you're letting having custody of my young children who can't talk. You dumb fucking nasty dog-loving druggies. I'd pack your shit and get the fuck out of here. Do you understand? All right, so anyways, if you have any other questions, comments, or concerns, we're right here. My name's Mary. We're at the Governor Hill Mansion in Augusta, Maine. Did that help you understand why people call Trump a pedo? When you look at the island connections, the fundraising, the scouting, the touting, the traveling, dogs, drugs, they're not fucking the kids. Some of the punks who travel back and forth get things from point A to point B. Some of the punks they send in to spy or get the bully, the Karen, the non-vaxxer. Who's they? Anyone, any fucking piece of shit in your community. State workers, a lot of them go through the state departments because it's very easy to get a job with like DHHS or crisis and counseling or child protective services. Oddly enough, it should be a little bit more difficult and those people should be more vetted and things should be watched a little more carefully because let me tell you personally with what I've witnessed over the years, the blood of these children and the torture and abuse is all over a lot of their fucking faces with what they've been doing in our system and trying to help the cool people get the mean bullies. You fucking nasty cunts and people. To those of you who haven't packed your shit and gotten out or gotten new jobs, because some of them already have because they know what the fuck they did, I'd pack your shit and get the fuck out of here. Crisis and counselor workers, you know who I'm talking about. There's people there that are putting our children in danger by helping their druggy friends. Okay, DHHS workers, to those of you who haven't gotten the fuck out, I'd pack your shit and get the fuck out of here, or humble yourself and start speaking the fuck up to help these children. And you can do that by speaking out about the dangers of vaccines and SSRIs and how these children were vaccine injured. The child and animal pornography they make and feed to people just like you and your nasty fucking friends. And then you target the child and animal abusers, which they make a lot of. Okay? And there are investigators who purposely kicked a dog just to get your attention. 2015, 2016, motherfuckers. I'd wake the fuck up if I were you. Can't take it back. Okay? There's no eye for an eye here. Okay, you can't unject the kids. You can't unfucking torture them. Okay, you cannot do that. So we're not trying to get revenge or teach anybody a lesson. We're trying to bring awareness to help people now and the children of the fucking future. You got a fucking problem with that, Mr. President? You want to wake the fuck up and help these kids? Huh? Or is it exposing too many of your buddies that might take more shots at you? I know, because from what we can see, the really good ones, you know, they can get shots off and they can miss or they can hit. And believe me when I say, I'm pretty sure the good people of the world and the good forces are trying to get people to wake up and expose these things and help these children and hostages of Hamas. Do you see what's going on around the world and how that's connected to Russia and China, Ukraine, Wuhan, Iran? So I'm pretty sure there's a lot of good people in this world that are trying to bring awareness and attention to this without just taking the motherfucker's head off or shooting him, as we easily could. And you've seen it, okay? We don't have to miss. That was a direct hit. A miss can be a direct hit, you know? I know, there was an innocent person killed, huh? It missed the president, but it killed an innocent person, didn't it? Happens. No, it has to happen, huh? Too bad, so sad, huh? I know, how horrible. It's how they talk. I'm fucking telling you right now. I know, they don't fucking care about us. They call us retards. Her children retarded. Yeah, good, her and her retarded children. If that's the truth, they deserve it. Yeah, they're fucking nasty, horrible, drug addict pieces of shit. Since we were kids, we've been dealing with the negligence, abuse, accusations, and blame, right? I mean, literally, right? And they're doing it to our kids here and now. ignoring a lot of serious concerns. And all they do is try to make you do what they want, like a little puppet. False senses of security. I know they tell them they're so smart, they're gonna do this, and then they start to get older. Like, hold on. I know both of them have been like, "What the fuck?" in recent years. I think they're realizing how much they were lied to, and how the things mom was suggesting would have been way better. I know, right? Yeah, well, a lot of those gamers and people know what we're talking about, the ones that were working with those fucking nasty cunts and their friends and people within those departments to help them spy on people, get the dog kickers, the Karens, and on-vaxxers. They know what we're talking about. Right, and so I think a lot of them are starting to see it too. That's why we do the best we can to ramble on to help them to understand. Right, and as you can see, if they start to wake up and go, yeah, hold on a second, let's look into that, they get attacked, their house is shot at, they touched a 16-year-old at some point. I know, it's amazing. It's amazing. It's a fucking playbook, dude. So hopefully here in Augusta, Maine, they wake the fuck up and help these kids. You have any other questions, comments, or concerns? All right. Yeah, because like we said, we could take that motherfucker's head off too, right? Easy. So fucking easy. No, we don't want to do that. We want to expose it. We want to help the kids. We want to help people understand the networks, not just have another fucking murder-suicide and, oh, sad, crazy person. Must not have taken his medication, huh? Right. Fuck you, people. Merry Christmas. Much love, health, and peace. Adieu, adieu.